Sky-high cannabis funding. Let's look at recreational marijuana legality. Recently, cannabis has become legal in several states, and the number should be expected to grow. In 2012, Colorado and Washington approved adult-use recreational marijuana measures. In 2014, Alaska, Oregon, and D.C. did the same. In 2016, California, Maine, Massachusetts, Nevada did the same. But in Maine, retail sales were not approved until 2018. Arizona voted no. In 2018, Michigan and Vermont did the same, although Vermont did so via legislative process rather than a ballot initiative like the others. See ncSL.org/research/civil-and-justice/marijuana-overview.aspx. In 2018, the following additional states considered ballot initiatives on legalizing the recreational sale and use of cannabis: Connecticut, Delaware, Georgia, Hawaii, Kansas, Kentucky, Maryland, Mississippi, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Wisconsin, and West Virginia. In 2018, the following states voted on measures which proposed a constitutional initiative or other voter approval for adult-use legal marijuana, but none of these measures passed: Minnesota, Missouri, and New Mexico. Study bills were filed in these states: Hawaii, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Mexico, North Dakota, and Rhode Island. These bills passed in New Hampshire and Rhode Island only. These measures that were enacted established commissions to study legalization, regulation, and taxation of marijuana. In 2018, repeal bills were voted on in Washington and Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, the repeal bill is still pending, but in Washington, it did not pass. In 1996, California was the first state to legalize the use of cannabis for medicinal purposes. Since then, 33 states plus Guam, Puerto Rico, and D.C. have approved comprehensive public medical marijuana/cannabis programs. See ncSL.org/research/health/state-medical-marijuana-laws.aspx. In another 13 states, the governments allow use of low-THC, high cannabidiol (CBD) products for medical reasons in limited situations or as a legal defense. Those states are Alabama, Georgia, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. But cannabis is still illegal in some places. 3 states do not allow use of cannabis under any circumstances: Idaho, Nebraska, and South Dakota. However, in Nebraska, the first offense only is decriminalized. See mpp.org/states/Nebraska. Keep in mind, cannabis is a high-risk industry. This may be due to it being medicinal in many states. It may also be due to the continually evolving laws. Plus, it is still a controlled substance in many states. Industries can also be designated as high risk if their businesses deal with a lot of cash transactions. Let's look at some possible cannabis industry, SIC, and NAICS codes. According to Hoover's, the marijuana industry is coded as follows: SIC code 5999 and NAICS code 453998. The NAICS keeps this code on its high-risk list. See hoovers.com/industry-facts.marijuana-stores.2080.html. But SICcode.com disagrees. They say the cannabis industry should be coded this way: SIC code 5912 and NAICS code 446110. The NAICS keeps this code on its high-risk list. But these codes seem to be for medical marijuana sales. What about non-medical sales? See governing.com/gov-safety/state-marijuana-laws-map-medical-recreational.html. Does the SIC call marijuana sales, medical or not, high risk? The industry is so new, the SIC doesn't seem to have weighed in yet. Conventional banks are not a good place to look for loans for high-risk industries. Over 89% of business applications are denied by the big banks. High-risk industries are subject to stricter underwriting guidelines, and restricted industries can't get any money from traditional lenders. For restricted industries, the decline is automatic. Still, there are a lot of loans businesses in high-risk industries can get. They are usually not coming from banks. Get access to $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000 in initial funding. Peer-to-peer lending is a viable option, and so is unsecured business financing. Let's look at unsecured business financing. With UBF, you work with a finance source specializing in unsecured credit lines. This is a very rare, very little known about program that few lending sources offer. Get 5 to 8 times your current high limit. Individual approvals run from $2,000 to $50,000. Get 0% financing for 6 to 18 months. These report to the business CRAs. Multiple lines created help you to get limit increases and more trade lines. Get approvals to $150,000. You must have a 680 FICO score or better. Guarantors are welcome. You need to have a utilization rate of 30% or less and 6 inquiries or fewer in the last 6 months. Let's check out Commercial Mortgage Consultants, Inc. They have a high-risk program for medical and recreational marijuana companies. Find them online at commercialmtgbankers.com. Their requirements are: you must have a license to operate, you need a business bank account with at least $10,000 in monthly deposits, and you cannot go negative more than 5 times a month. Other parameters underwriting considers include, but are not limited to, credit, cash flow, location, and time in business. Usually they fund to 25% of average gross deposits to start, and then increase as relationship with client grows. They funded a medical marijuana company $150,000 over 4 months in 2018. CMC is in Colorado and has been in business for 3 years. Let's look at Gud Capital. They are a commercial loan broker. They offer private loans with rates of 8 to 25%. These loans have 1 to 3 year terms. Get funding in 7 to 14 days. They also offer real estate loans with rates of 8 to 20%. These loans have 1 to 5 year terms. Get funding in 30 to 60 days. They offer equipment leasing with rates of 8 to 20%. These leases have 1 to 7 year terms. Get funding in 5 to 14 days. They also offer cash advances. These advances have factor rates of 1.3 to 1.49 and 4 to 12 months terms. Get funding in 1 to 2 days. Find them online at gudcapital.com/cannabis-business-loans-dispensary-financing-marijuana-industry-investment. Let's look at Diamond Business Loans. They are a direct lender offering unsecured lines of credit, term loans, and equipment leasing and financing. Diamond serves established and startup cannabis businesses. They offer loans from $25,000 to $150,000. 1 year term is 5.9% or more. Their 5 year term is 19.99% or more, and their lines of credit run 0% to 9.99%. Their requirements are: no collateral. There is no minimum time in business requirement. You must have a FICO score of 680 or better, and you can have no late payments or bankruptcies. Find them online at diamondbl.com. Let's check out Gud Capital. They are a marketplace to connect borrowers with lenders. This is also called peer-to-peer lending, and they are also a direct lender. Plus, they can also combine 2 types of funding. Gud Capital serves industries like medical and cannabis. They offer business cash advances and merchant cash advances. $10,000 to $5 million is available. There is a 24-hour turnaround. Their requirements are: an average monthly revenue of $10,000 or more, a business bank account, 4 or more months of business bank account statements, and fewer than 7 days with a negative balance per month. Find them online at gudcapital.com/business-loans-landing. Let's recap. It's not easy to get funding for the high-risk cannabis industry. Traditional bank doors are virtually closed to you. Unsecured business financing can work, and so can peer-to-peer lending. Do some creative searching to find lenders for your business.